pending Camber Energy Viking merger. Highly important. And as you see, I am crazy invested in this thing. I have over I mean, at this point, I have over 40 about I have about $46,000 in this company. Now, while that being said, I'm past the point where I could have this money in there for the rest of my life. I can give it to my grandchildren, my children. But there's still a lot of positive things happening, and it's a penny stock, so I'm not too worried. Even with me being down so much, I'm in it so low, and there's so much growth opportunity still. I can still gain back my money. And so, just looking at some of the financials from the last quarterly financials this year, we see assets on the books because the merger is happening. I put all their assets and liabilities together because it's going to be one company soon. Camber Energy and Viking Energy. They have oil businesses. They're in the electric line protection business. If you understand, especially in California, there's a lot of electrical power line issues, and they have technology where when a power line goes out and a fire happens, it can cut off the power super quickly. They've already tested it. It works. They're trying to work with utility companies right now. They're trying to sell the process. So there's still a lot of growth to be had. They're in carbon capture. We're in a going green world. And the thing is, what people don't realize, carbon's not going anywhere. The big businesses aren't really going to stop producing carbon. They're not even really trying to lower their carbon output. They're just making another industry, which is the carbon capture industry. So that's where we get in, right? We're not worrying about necessarily the morality or, hey, it's not really fixing the issue. We live in the matrix. The goal of the matrix is not necessarily to fix all the issues. It's just to pile on top, make more economies, make more money. And that's carbon capture is one of them. So they have a couple locations there. So the assets is at 82.3 million, and then their liabilities at 88 million. So their net equity combined is about 5.7 minus net equity. That's okay. Now, if you take out when you take out the long-term debt, so when you have long-term debt, just how I talked about last month with ICL Group, when you have a debenture or just long-term debt, sometimes you can take that out when you're evaluating a company, because when they have long-term debt, they're not looking to pay that off anytime soon. It's usually at low interest rates, and it's not necessarily going to affect the company's day-to-day short-term businesses. And so when I take out the excluding the long-term debt, the company is actually at a 29 million net equity in the positive, which is good, which is really good. And right now, which I'm seeing with a market cap, if the merge happens at around $1, the market cap is about right at 135 million, and that's what I've been seeing. And my quick thoughts on the quarterly report: we need assets to rise, most likely on Viking, which is right here. So that's the one that's lower. So it's at about 60. It's at about 52 cents right now. I started buying more shares of Viking to go with my CEI. I've stopped putting CI just because I put so much into it. But now with the merger, it's going to be 1-1, which means Viking has to meet CEI anyway, and it's still going to be a 1-to-1 share. So essentially, I can get 2 Viking shares to 1 CI share, and that helps my cost average a lot. You see, my CEI average is $41, and it's sitting at 1. But with my Viking shares at almost 900, which makes the 2,000 together right now, but almost 900 at 60 cents cost per share. This cost per share is starting to go down dramatically because it's 1-to-1 when the mergers happen, right? And so this stock's on OTC, so I have to buy in bigger blocks because every time you buy stocks on OTC, it's a $6.75 surcharge. So I have to buy hundreds of shares at one time. So it's a slower rate. But right now, I haven't done the full calculations, but my cost per share should be in the mid 30s, maybe low 30s, which if James, the CEO does what he's supposed to do, I think in a squeeze situation, we can get there and I can get my money back. Like he says, update S4, get it declared effective, initiate process for shareholder meeting, hold meetings, close merger if approved. Now let's look at some of the decodes. I've had so many decodes on Camber Energy in the Discord, but I'm keeping it simple. Camber and Viking, 133 English ordinal. That's the investment decode that we want to see. 133. That's the investment number that I base my stuff off of. Really simple. We have the Camber and Viking Energy merger, Inc. merger, 332, real close to 333 with the rule of Colell. But then we have buy Viking shares in 2023 for Camber merge, 333 English ordinal, and we have 153 in reduction. So very big decodes with this. This is a slow burn for me. This is a long-term play. It's going to take years to play out, but it's okay. I will say, I admit, when I first got in, the markets in 2021, we were riding high. It was a bubble. I just started in the markets. I didn't know what I know now after researching stuff. I bought a lot of shares at a high price for CI, but I believe in the company. I believe in what they're doing. I look at it almost every day, and that's why I continue to buy and lower my share price. My share price off my CEI shares at one point were in the 80s when they did a reverse split. But I've been buying down. I'm holding the line, and I think there's still a lot of value here. So I just wanted to give an update on that, where my shares are.